You know that feeling when you're scrolling online and you see like another headline about some new superfood
Oh, yeah.
and it's going to change your life, apparently? It really makes you stop and wonder, are these things really like head and shoulders above the regular food we already eat?
Mm.
Or is it, I don't know, a bit more complicated?
That's exactly the rabbit hole we're jumping down today. We're just
Mhm.
constantly bombarded with this stuff, right? About superfoods.
Totally.
And the claims often sound, well, almost too good to be true. It can be really tough to separate the actual science from the marketing buzz.
Absolutely. So for this deep dive, we've been looking through information from Supremedic's Lifelines, episode
Hmm.
25,
Hmm.
and also their Your Health Deserves a Lifeline series.
Right.
Our goal here is really to cut through that hype, to figure out what truly matters more when it comes to what we put on our plates.
Precisely. Our mission is pretty simple, just to get a clear understanding of the actual nutritional value. Superfoods versus the regular foods that make up most people's diets. Yeah. We want to help you make smart choices without feeling like you need this, like, crazy shopping list full of weird ingredients just to be healthy.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
When we hear superfood, what does that generally mean? Like, what are we actually talking about?
Well, in broad terms, superfood usually refers to foods that are exceptionally nutrient dense.
Okay.
Think of them as packing a real punch. Lots of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, other stuff that's supposed to have big health benefits.
So it's like they're doing more than the average food, nutritionally speaking.
Exactly, yeah. Although there isn't really a strict scientific definition.
Oh, right.
The term's mostly used to highlight foods with a really impressive nutritional profile compared to how many calories they have. More bang for your nutritional buck, sort of.
Got it. And the sources, they give some pretty familiar examples, don't they? Blueberries, for instance. We hear so much about those.
Yes, blueberries are a classic example, often talked about because they've got high levels of anthocyanins. That's a type of antioxidant.
Right, the antioxidants.
Yeah. Then you have leafy greens like kale and spinach, just packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber.
Hmm.
Salmon's another big one, mainly for its omega-3 fatty acids.
And I remember seeing chia seeds and turmeric mentioned, too.
Correct. Yeah, chia seeds are fantastic, lots of fiber, protein, and there's good omega-3s again. Turmeric is well known for its anti-inflammatory compounds, powerful stuff.
Okay.
These are just, a few examples of the kinds of foods that get that superfood label stuck on them.
Okay, so these all sound like they've definitely got good things going for them. But this brings us right back to the main question, doesn't it?
Yep.
Are these superfoods fundamentally more important for our health than the everyday stuff that most of us eat most of the time?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Mm.
And while superfoods certainly have their plus points, it's absolutely vital to recognize the foundational importance of what we might call regular foods.
The staples.
Yeah, the everyday staples that really form the core of our diets.
Right. So when we say regular foods, what kind of things are we thinking about specifically?
Think about the stuff that probably makes up most of your grocery shop, right?
Okay.
Whole grains like brown rice, oats, quinoa, maybe whole wheat pasta. Those are great examples. Then your everyday fruits and veggies, apples, bananas, tomatoes, carrots.
The basics.
The basics. And yeah, even regular green beans or broccoli, which sometimes get called superfoods too, but they're pretty standard for many people.
And what about protein sources? Where do they fit?
Oh, absolutely crucial. Lean protein like chicken, turkey, eggs, beans, lentils. These are essential regular foods. They provide the building blocks our bodies need every day.
Right.
And don't forget dairy or, alternatives like milk, yogurt, cheese, almond milk, plus those healthy fats, olive oil, avocados, nuts, seeds, all really important.
It really sounds like these regular foods are the real workhorses of our nutrition, kind of the unsung heroes.
They truly are. I mean, these foods provide the essential vitamins, minerals, carbs, proteins, fats that our bodies just need to function day to day. Yeah.
They might not have the flashy marketing, but they are the absolute bedrock of a healthy eating pattern.
And the sources really seem to underline why these regular foods are so vital, don't they? It's not just about picking one nutrient here, another there.
Exactly right. One of the biggest reasons is just balance and variety. Simple as that.
How so?
Well, by eating a wide range of these regular foods, you make sure you're getting the full spectrum of different nutrients your body needs. Vitamins, minerals, fiber, fats.
Okay.
No single food, doesn't matter how super it is, can give you everything. It's the mix the synergy of a diverse diet that really makes the difference.
That makes perfect sense. It's like you wouldn't build a house with just one type of brick, right?
Yeah.
You need different materials for a strong structure.
Precisely. And another key thing is sustainability. Let's be practical.
Mm.
Regular foods are usually more affordable, easier to find than some of those, more exotic superfoods.
Right, that's a big deal.
It makes sticking to healthy eating habits long-term much more realistic for most people. Affordability and just being able to get hold of them. Yeah, those are definitely things that can make or break someone's ability to eat well consistently.
And finally, the source is really stress consistency.
Yeah.
Healthy eating isn't about like having one amazing green smoothie once a week with all the trendy stuff in it. It's about the daily choices, the consistent choices you make with these regular nourishing foods. That's what has the biggest impact on your long-term health.
So it really boils down to those everyday habits.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've established regular foods are the foundation, solid, but let's circle back to the superfoods again.
Okay.
Are they genuinely that special? Or is some of it just, clever marketing, hype?
Well, the reality, as it often is a bit nuanced. Superfoods are definitely rich in certain nutrients. They can offer specific health benefits because they have high amounts of particular compounds.
What?
But they are not a magic bullet, not a cure-all. And the term superfood itself, it definitely carries a lot of marketing weight.
All right, so eating a handful of goji berries isn't going to magically undo a week of maybe less than ideal choices.
Not at all. And what's really interesting, I think, is that many of the good nutrients we find hyped up in superfoods, they're also present in our more common everyday foods, often in pretty good amounts, too.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Can you give us a few examples? Like, compare them.
Certainly. Let's take antioxidants. Blueberries, dark chocolate, they get all the attention, right?
Yeah.
But regular fruits and veggies like apples, oranges, even simple carrots, they're also valuable sources of these protective compounds. And the key thing is probably getting a variety of different types of antioxidants from lots of different foods. That likely gives the best benefit overall.
Okay, so you don't necessarily have to shell out for expensive acai berries every single time you want an antioxidant boost.
Not at all. Similarly, think about omega-3s. Salmon usually comes to mind first.
Definitely.
But regular foods like walnuts, chia seeds, which we mentioned earlier, kind of straddles both categories, and flax seeds are also excellent sources. Good plant-based options there.
So often you can get similar benefits through more accessible, maybe more affordable options. What about fiber? That's another big one.
Absolutely. And while foods like quinoa and avocados are known for being high in fiber,
Yeah.
so are regular whole grains like oats, barley, and brown rice. Again, a balanced diet that includes these regular fiber-rich foods can contribute massively to your daily intake.
Okay.
The underlying message here is that a diverse, balanced diet built on these regular foods can give you many of the same advantages that people associate with just a few specific superfoods.
So the real secret isn't finding some obscure berry from halfway across the world.
Probably not.
It's more about consistently eating a wide variety of the stuff that's, readily available.
Precisely. Just relying on a few hyped up superfoods while maybe neglecting a well-rounded intake of regular nutrient-rich foods, that's probably not the most effective strategy or the most sustainable one for long-term health.
This is really helping clear things up. So how can we, practically put this together? How do we incorporate both superfoods and regular foods into our diets day to day without it feeling like a massive chore?
I think the best way to think about it is this. Build your meals around a really strong, diverse base of those nutrient-dense regular foods.
Okay, the foundation.
The foundation. And then you can strategically add in superfoods as like an extra nutritional boost.
Can you walk us through maybe an example? What might that look like?
Sure. Let's say breakfast. You might start with a base of oatmeal, great regular whole grain, right?
Okay.
Then maybe you stir in some blueberries for those antioxidants or sprinkle on some chia seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s.
Okay.
So the oatmeal gives you the sustained energy and fiber at the base. And the blueberries or chia seeds, they just add an extra layer of beneficial stuff.
So the superfoods are like complements, accessories to the main outfit.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Or think about lunch. Maybe you build a big salad with lots of regular leafy greens, maybe some grilled chicken or chickpeas for protein, some whole wheat croutons perhaps.
A standard salad.
Standard salad. Then you could add a sprinkle of, say, goji berries or some chopped walnuts for that extra nutrient kick. The main part of the meal, the bulk, comes from those regular nourishing ingredients.
That makes it feel much more doable, actually.
Yeah.
What about just the overall idea of variety? beyond just one meal.
Oh, that's absolutely key. Instead of getting fixated on finding specific superfoods, just aim to get a really wide spectrum of foods from all the different food groups across your week.
Mm-hmm.
Think about eating a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Different colors often mean different types of beneficial compounds.
Right.
Prioritize getting different protein sources, different healthy fats, different whole grains. This broad approach just ensures you're covering more nutritional bases rather than just focusing on the few nutrients highlighted in certain superfoods.
So it's less about constantly searching for the next big trendy ingredient.
Yeah,
And more about just embracing a diverse, colorful plate of what's already out there.
exactly. That kind of eating pattern is not only more sustainable, realistically, but it's also likely to be much better for your overall health, simply because you're getting a wider range of what your body needs.
Okay, so let's try and bring this all together. What's the essential takeaway here? Comparing superfoods and regular foods, what's the bottom line for someone listening trying to make healthy choices?
I think the fundamental message is that both superfoods and regular foods, they both have a valuable place in a healthy diet. Superfoods can be great, concentrated sources of certain things, offer a helpful boost.
Okay.
However, a truly healthy diet, the foundation, it's fundamentally built on balance, variety, and consistency. And that comes mainly from nutrient-dense regular foods.
So there's really no need to feel bad or like you're missing out if your diet doesn't include every single exotic fruit or seed that pops up in the health news.
Absolutely not. A sustainable, effective approach really prioritizes building that well-rounded pattern with plenty of those everyday nourishing foods. Then, occasionally including superfoods can be a bonus, but it's not essential.
It sounds like it's much more about cultivating a healthy, sustainable relationship with food in general,
Yes.
rather than constantly chasing after individual items just because they have a super label slapped on them.
Exactly. It's about finding a balanced approach that works for you, for your lifestyle, and supports your health goals long term. The real focus should be on consistent nourishment, overall well-being, not just jumping on the latest food fad.
This has been incredibly insightful, really. I hope this deep dive has given you listening a clearer picture of how superfoods and regular foods fit together.
It genuinely seems like maybe the most powerful superfood isn't a food at all, but rather that balanced, varied eating pattern that you can actually stick with over time. Perhaps the real thought to leave you with is maybe it's time we shift our focus away from seeking nutritional quick fixes and more towards nurturing those healthy overall eating habits and lifestyle choices, because maybe that's the real cornerstone of our well-being.